Apple TV and Roku to watch on your TV.
The deadly hit-and-run drive.
Wednesday Fix, live on Chicano Tube, live from Chicano Street. My bad. Gracias to all the day wonders. Gracias to everyone in the members only. You already know who you are. The backbone of the community. Apologize for the technical difficulties. You already know who you are. So gracias for tapping in. It's Wednesday night. I'm here to give you that Wednesday fix. Let's go ahead and give it to you, but only the way that we do over here, live on Chicano Street. All right. All right, perfect. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and keep it pushing, man. Shout out to all the Chicano channels. You already know who you are. There's just a long list of them. I've been more keeping in touch with the Chicano channels now lately that we started Content Creators Series of Fighting. I've had some interesting conversations, gente. But it needs to be something that it's going to just make me say, oh, this is the fight to make. Or it has to at least be a fun fight for the people. It can't just be una arrastrada. Definitely never going to be any filler fights. Let's just fill dates up. I got plenty of dates to fill up. What we need is the YouTubers to pull up. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and keep it pushing, man. Shout out to all the Chicano channels, man. Live on Chicano 2, live on Chicano Street. It's that Wednesday fix. We'll talk about a lot of things. Gente, this weekend was work. So I was over there by beautiful Oceanside, man. Oceanside, California. Por eso esas casas son de como 3 a 6 millones. Te voy a decir la neta. They're about 3 to 6 mil hanging off that ocean cliff. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And the wife is already established like that to the point where all sides of the states, Midwest, we've been weddings. Probably some of my favorite were in the South. I like the South a lot. Don't get mad at me, East Coast. I like the South more than the East Coast, but it is what it is. And then tomamos un día nomás just to go eat some tacos, man. Just to go eat some tacos. But you know what? You feel rejuvenated, cabrones. You know? I should have did way more. I was in the moment, gente. I'm not going to be at Chicano Park or even in L.A., which is Chicano headquarters, really, right? Going to be pulling out videos and videos and videos. I feel dumb doing that. Let me get the chat up right now, gente. Hold on. I'll get the chat up right now. My bad. Chinga. I forgot the chat. And then we'll get into it, man. We got YouTubers starting beef for clout. It's not going to be a chisme the whole hour. But we got to talk about a little bit of politics también. And an unfortunate case with a young man that I could definitely relate to, which is Ryan Gaynor. He's that 15-year-old autistic boy that got unalived. We're going to talk about Ryan Gaynor in a little bit. Just, something substantial, gente. I promise you. There's substantial things on here. We mix it up. You know how we do. Okay. Let me just get the chat up right now because I want to see the chat. All the day oneers, man. I appreciate you guys. Have been rocking with me. We're coming up on 10K. Todos Dios. Let's give him all the credit and all the glory. Todos Dios. We're coming up on 10K. Gente, when we started last June, the rebranding of the channel, I was like, give me 300 Spartans. You heard me say it, right? I said, give me 300 Spartans. That's all we need to move whatever we need to and have el palenque to be able to put people and remove people that say they're for the people, but we find out that he's not for the people or she's not for the people, and then lo aventamos y lo arrastramos por un tambo. Because we have that. I did title it, Let's Talk Politics, not all politics. Duro Duran, that's right, I see you, my boy. I am going to react to that video, too, on Ryan Gaynor. Gente, we're going to do a live reaction tonight. Stay tuned. I can relate to that. Only if you have a special need child are you going to be able to fully relate to the case with Ryan Gaynor. I mean, all due respect, not here to ruffle feathers, but I'm going to tell you the damn truth. Unless you know, because if you don't have a special needs child, then you could look at it as labor. And if that was your special needs child, it's actually love. So you see, the perspectives vary, but I have a special needs child. So that one I am going to play all the way through. And it's, ¿qué es esto mi pelo, man? Tres flores or what? My dad used to use the brillantina. How about that? So we're going to be reacting live to the Ryan Gaynor case. Okay, 15-year-old autistic boy who got unalived. And keep it pushing, though. I want to give, recap the weekend. Gente, gracias, man. I was able to at least upload a couple shorts. You guys are tripping out on the dude. You guys are tripping out on the guy at, gente, the guy he has a plancha. He has tripas. It's a birria. It's a birreria. So he has birria, tripas, and what they call the campechana, which is a mixture of both of them. Oh my, that right there should be contra la ley. You shouldn't be able to eat a campechana, and then they ask you if you want the consomme. And then the hustle that I seen these dudes, man, they're really getting it. It makes you proud. It makes you real proud to be part of the raza. To be raza. No, we're not going to get into all that, okay? Que de gente and this and that. And no. There's the raza, and then everyone else is just part of the gente. There's gente. Always too. So everyone else is just part of the gente. All right, let's keep it pushing. All right, that's right. No be lightning. Mic is off. My bad, my boy. Órale, no be lightning. Este güey sabe, man. Este güey sabe. Bro, me and the wifey, we shot first on the Canon Mark II when that came out. If you know cameras, you know your dates. We shot on the Canon Mark IIs. Let me know how my audio sounds now. We shot on then we went to the Canon Mark IIIs, the Canon Mark IVs. I was the first one that got the mirrorless, the Rs. The wife got like 2 R5s and R6s to the point where they were sending the wife flashes just so she would put their little branded logo on her picture on Facebook. The wife got so big she had to open up 2 Facebooks. Crazy, right? So we know photo. Video, pues ahí la llevo, güey. Ahí la llevo. I'm not too old. Que no puedo aprender algo. Straight trucking's in the casa. Orale, that's what's up, my boy. What's up? How about Ryan Garcia? You know what? Let me also mention that Nate Diaz just announced that he started his own fight promotion, boxing promotion. It's called Real Fight Inc. I'm telling you, gente, see, when the raza's on the same wavelength, everything just comes together in Dios's time, man. I started up the promotion. Mine really is toward YouTubers. Okay, you want to talk all that ish? Well, pull up. It's going to be a handsome bag. I want to see it. That's the reason I'm putting it on. I don't got no horse in the race. This guy knocks out that guy. Well, let him knock him out. You know, I let the comment section, which is wild, man. It's like the Wild West, okay? YouTube Landia is wild, okay? But us content creators know, hey, hate us or like us, drop the pinche comment. Hit that like. Hit the dislike. You're helping out the channel. We appreciate it. We just hope to be entertaining. But anyways, I'm here for the YouTubers. The same shit. Nate Diaz's promotion is called Real Fight Inc. I said this since the first fight we just had. I don't put on no boxing fights. I put on real fights. That's from jump. And that Nate is the primo with the same last name Diaz, tú ya sabes. O sea, es Chicano el güey. That's a Chicano primo from Stockton, man. Stockton's in the casa. What do I think about Ryan Garcia, cabrón? I guess let's go ahead and get into it, man. Shout out to you. Shout out for the comments. Straight trucking. Hey, keep tapping in, my boy. You know, all the day wonders. You might see a lot of people with wrenches in the comment section. Those are day wonders that are with me since we rebranded last June. And before it was the Salinas report. And then we just had to take it, like Be Legit said, international. Anyways, I really don't know, gente, with Ryan Garcia. I don't know if it's a smear campaign 100%, because some of the things he's saying, I believe 100%, like on 10 stacks of Bibles. When he's talking about the Grove, when he's talking about the children, I don't know if it's a smear campaign to make him look crazy, and then sometimes it looks like he got it back together. This is not for a boxing fight. I just know that. Gente, mental health is serious. Mental health is serious, gente. Mental health. But I never pictured Ryan Garcia to be one of those kind of weak-minded Chicanos. The weak-minded ones that we can't get it together in our heads. Somos gente chambeadora. Somos gente que we're hustlers. We go and get it. We just need the opportunity to come right here, Estados Unidos, and we got it. Make our parents proud and take advantage of it. But I never pictured him to be that. Que he's going to pull out of a fight. I think he rescheduled, was it 2-3 fights ago? He rescheduled the fight because of mental health. Again, I'm not clowning it. I'm just saying I didn't picture him to be that. Other people are saying it's the bolsita, that he might be hitting the bolsita. I don't know if he's hitting the bolsita. I really don't. Am I him? Am I his family? Am I Dios? That they're the only two people that are ever going to that are going to know you, the real you, and what's going on with you. Your wife, husband, family, Dios. So I don't know what's up with that one, man. But I do know Nate Diaz started his own promotion, and it's going down on June 1st. It's going down on June 1st. And his first, he's going to fight Jorge Masvidal. How about that for a pinchy opening fight, huh? Shh, come on. You can't tell me that's not going to be a fight that the gente want to see? Psh, you're crazy, man. Orale, that's right, man. Let me read some comments to spend some, man. I'm listening, don't trip. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you, cabrón. Julio Solore, General Mikey. General de qué, güey? The YouTube yarda? No. But you know what? One of the generals is a close friend. Shout out to OG, Triple OG, off this YouTube thing. He's only going to be messing with solid people. You know what I mean? So one of the generals is the friend. Virginia Rubio, saludos from Austin, Texas. I appreciate you, amiga. We're going to talk about some Chicano topics tonight. We're going to get into it. We kind of just, we talk about a lot of things. I try not to forget the comment section, amiga. You know, some people listen on podcast style, so I know that they really don't care about the comment section. They just hearing it. So shout out to all Salinas Valley Memorial Hospital, Natividad Hospital, FedEx, UPS, DJ Boo 201. All of you guys, my day oneers that text me on the chat line, which is right here. 831-205-1735. Hey, keep it up. Keep the push. Really, that's gas in the tank. Gracias. I appreciate it. You know, I come on here to shoot the shit mostly, but we do talk about important things. Like we're going to talk about the presidential race probably at the end, gente. We'll talk politics at the end, okay? Because the race is set and the rematch is set. But let's talk about it in the end, okay? Because I get off on a tangent on that. That's right, Little Mike, 131. That's right, that's my boy, Little Mike. Members from the members only. You already know what it is. The backbone of the community. Little Mike is in the casa. Gracias, I appreciate you. The members only who have access to the content creator series of fighting peleas. All of them. Every single one of them. Cabron, I opened up the segment by saying I had some good talks with some good, solid gente this week. Just trying to bring it to the people, man. I'm not going to put something out there with my name on it. It's going to be there's no filler fights. There's fun fights. I would put on a fun fight, depending who it is. But it got to be a good one. I talked to two that I would like to just aventarlos como gallos con navajas en las piernas and just go. But Garcia is set. Garcia is set to take on Haney April 20th. And so since he's set to take him on, it's going to be a good fight. Is he going to do any damage to, and my bad, I'm sorry to the caller that just called in. I'm sorry. I didn't have it the Bluetooth set up. I just set it up. My bad. I didn't mean to cut your call off. But you feel free to call back in again, and I apologize for that. I really do. Garcia is set to take on Haney. Is he going to do anything? Let's just finish up Ryan Garcia. I don't want to make it the Ryan Garcia hour. Is he going to do anything to Devin Haney? Absolutely not. Devin Haney, he fights like Floyd Mayweather. He's a very defensive fighter. And so it's going to be another L, I think. And people are going to say, oh, why are you going to, the raza. You want me to tell you from my heart? Or do you want me to make shit up and tell you what I think you want to hear? I think you want to hear from my heart. Let's weigh it out. He's a Floyd Mayweather protege that hasn't been touched or scratched. We've seen Garcia already get dropped. I'm just saying, let's keep it real. And you know what? Usually, who agrees with me? Vegas odds. But the mental health, I'm not making light of that at all. I don't know what's going on. He's tweeting que this, and then now he knows who murked Tupac. I mean, just when you thought everything was going back to normal, he comes out with another tweet and he says, I know who murked Tupac. What the? Come on. I'm trying to help me help you, cabron. Help me help you, Ryan.
Call from
Our risky business.
to accept.
Risky Business, you're live on Wednesday night on Chicano Street. What you got to say?
What's up, Mikey? Buenas noches.
Hey, buenas noches, man. I'm over here on the West Coast. Ahí estás en Texas, ¿qué no?
I'm actually, right now I'm in Missouri making my way to PA.
Órale, estás
I
chambeando.
truck drive. Yeah. I own my own rig, and I get paid to travel this country, man.
Hey, that's right, my boy. Hey, what did I mention that triggered the phone call? Tú dime.
No, I was just, since this is Chicano 2, I had a Chicano question.
That's great. You came to the right place, Alberto. Dámela.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mira, the question that I have for you is the Aztec culture in Chicano, right? Within the Chicano culture, did that come from? And you can answer as much as you can on it, right? But did that come from gang culture, or did that come from just it being cool, or the only thing that Chicanos knew at the time that they adopted the Chicano, the Aztec culture within the Chicano culture?
Right. Yeah. So obvious, and you know this, the history is what the history is. I think you're talking about when was there a resurgence of this, or when did Chicanos adapt this more, like putting it on La Virgen on the back of every sweater and, you know, making it a part of the culture, like something like that?
No, not the Virgen. No. I'm talking about like Aztec, like Aztec, because it seems to be Chicano is tied to Aztec culture a lot, right? And I asked myself, right, like, do you recall your jefitos speaking about Aztec anything?
Not at all.
Because I don't. I'm 42 years old, right? I am Mexicano, but this is what gets me, right? That I'm Mexicano. I was born in Mexico, right? 100%, parents de Mexico. But I don't even say, hey, Aztecs are my ancestors, because for all I know, I could belong to the tribe that went to war against the Aztecs.
I see.
So that's why I'm saying, like, throughout the Aztec symbolism, it's embedded a lot in Chicanoism, if we could say it that.
Right.
But I'm like, what if it turns out that your ancestors killed and were killed by Aztecs? Wouldn't that throw a whole? And I guess the question is, does truth matter, right? Or is it just,
Right.
or does it not matter?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, cabrón. I just got back from Mexico. No sé si supiste eso. I was over there.
Sí, yeah. Sí estaba mirando. That's why I'm like, I'm gonna bring this up, because Mikey's fresh from the motherland. You know what I mean?
You know what? I say you have to be tapped into the motherland. Tienes que enseñarle los niños español. I say some things that ruffle some feathers sometimes, but I don't want to be the one that my parents are, turning over in their grave because I didn't pass heritage and culture. But let me answer your question as far as what I do understand it to my best of knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Right.
we actually do have those roots all over Mexico, because if you're from, like, where my parents are from, Michoacan, Jalisco, right in the heart, in the middle of it, you'll go, like, I just came back from Mexico and see statues, Aztec statues. They still have all those leaders. So Mexico has not gone away from its identification with the Aztec culture. There's been resurgences of it, but when todo lo que pasó in the 20th century, con todo with Chicanismo, especially in California, which like LA is like headquarters that Chicanos where it has the most. There's been resurgences through street life, behind the wall life that have caused more people to say, wow, look at this. Now we're in the graphic design age, the social media age. Some of these dibujos are like, wow. We used to have to wait for someone from the Pinta to send us a back piece or a chest piece or something like that. Now they just download it off the internet because everyone is drawing these great pieces of culture. I started to do some cover-ups on my chest, cabron, and I started to do half of my chest plate Spanish and the other one Aztec. And I said, what best is it that I could do to identify me? I was also thinking of doing one Michoacan on one side and Jalisco on the other side. O sea, something that's going to have meaning to it. But, yeah, as far as the Aztec go, cabron, it is in our blood. But, I mean, como yo, my last name is Diaz. Esta pinche mustache, I know I have European blood.
Yeah, okay. So you're related to you relate Aztec to you because of where your parents are from in Mexico, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair because for the same reason, I wouldn't say that I come from the Aztec tribe because we're from the north part of Mexico, right? So we truly, right, like my people, we truly are Americans, right? Because we're right there. We're north Mexico. We're south United States. And from what I can trace back, we've been from that area, you know.
You know what? And you're blessed to know that you've gone your ancestry down to the Pinche region in Mexico. Hey, you're blessed to know that. You know, Tenochtitlan, where modern day Michoacan, Jalisco is exactly east. And I even had I had David on here from Tezcatlipoca Azteca Danza. I had him on here, and he was talking about the nomads migrating. He was talking about the different classes of warriors in society, even politics and day-to-day stuff. And they didn't even call themselves Aztecs. Obviously, there were just tribes. But all of these things, man, I got to have him back on the channel, man. But I appreciate your call. I got another call coming in, Risky Business. Gracias for tapping in, cabrón.
Yes, sir, ya sabes. Ahí estamos.
En eso quedamos. Ándale, pues.
Ándale.
Cuídate.
Unknown call from Jenny Selby. To accept, press 1.
You're live on Chicano Street. It's the Wednesday show. I'm sorry I missed your name. What you got to say?
It's Jenny Selby.
Mi amiga la chicana Jenny Selby.
Oh, how you doing?
Good. Turn down that monitor. Turn down that device. The other device, amiga. Turn down the other device.
Oh, my phone. Okay. Got it.
So I can hear you, and the people can hear you without the echo.
Okay, there, I got you. Do you know that being a Chicana or being a Chicano, we are not a race. It is a culture.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. Preach it, amiga. Preach it. No, preach it. Don't
I do
stop
know
there.
The history.
Don't stop there. Okay, have you been to Mexico, amiga?
Yes, my father was the original wetback.
Oh.
And that is not a derogatory term. He was from Sinaloa.
Oh,
he taught me the history of Mexico.
Oh, I thought you were referring to that he wrote a book and it was called that, and I was like, oh.
No, I'm a poet. I write now. I write poetry. I write about racism, gender bias, the war, addiction, everything.
So, and you were one of the first callers when I rebranded the channel and made it Chicano Tube, and we're talking a lot about culture, and we're just telling exactly how it is, how we're one of those very few cultures that embraces two nations. I have the Chicano flag, and that Chicano flag is half the United States and half Mexico. Have you seen that?
Oh, yes, and see, but people don't realize, you know what, it's Mexico. Mexico is Mexico, us born here. I'm a first American, but see, my mom is Native American. She's Navajo, so I'm a proud half-breed.
So just like Risky Business was on the phone right now, how we identify is because we have family just like my grandmothers that were like 4 feet tall and beautifully colored and had long braids. You could see the indigenous blood inside of them. So I guess that's how I identify with it. Other people might just have seen, social media or the internet, which consumes us a lot, and be like, oh, cool. I didn't subscribe to no Chicano IGs or anything until like after I rebranded it, looking to see if anyone else was doing kind of similar, and I found out a lot were.
Yes, we do. We embrace that ideology, but you have to remember, we're like everybody else. We have to look past the color. I'm morena, and I have fought racism all my life. But it doesn't matter. I'm proud of who I am because of my father and my grandparents. So you know what? We have to embrace it. We are, closer to God because of our culture and familia. That's it. But we have to respect other people's beliefs also, because they are valid too.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, it's called the human race. Hello. Let's have some common sense about it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it, bro.
I appreciate you
Muchas
for calling
gracias.
in.
I will talk to you later.
Cuídate mucho, amiga.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Man, absolutely great calls coming in tonight. We're talking everything from Chicanismo. We're talking about the Aztec culture. I do got to have David back on here because, man, when he's talking about that Eagle Society is the highest level of warriors, who I'm going to reach out to, Marvelous. Man, I was talking to Tony A the other week. I was like, man, if I was close by right there, Marvelous would have been doing all the cover-ups. Every single one of the cover-ups, I just would have pulled up to Marvelous. He would have did it right there. And then that would have been even, not going to do a whole family move around this, but that would have been even better, a better reason to get together on video and talk about some of these things, man, because Chicano Tube is trying to enlighten the people. If you haven't picked up on that, you're going to get enlightened in some form. I'm trying to level you up. I'm not just all entertain you for the whole hour. I'm trying to enlighten you and give some culture back. But just like I told Risky Business, the Spanish side también I embrace. My mother was from San Jose de Gracia, Jalisco. Most of them were güeros with like colored eyes, right in the heart of Mexico. But Jalisco is like California to Mexico. It's like West Coast with the ocean. Burqueños in the casa. I do belong to the tribe who went to war against Chichimeca, the Tlaxcalcan. They were all Aztec, though. Bro, it's crazy. Yeah, in Mexico, all the streets también. I mean, a lot of them are like calendar dates también, ¿verdad? Que 5 de mayo, que 28 de marzo. But a lot of them are Aztec names también. Absolutely, they are. A lot of them are Aztec names.
Call from
Risky business again.
Gnarly Vato, that's right, my boy. Something to
to
grasp on
accept,
because
press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Yeah, no. Let's not lose no identity, Gnarly Vato. That's right. My boy Risky Business on the 18-wheeler.
Oye, Mikey, did this lady really just say that her father is the original wetback?
I actually I thought it was like a book or a novel, but o sea, es all due respect, shout out to mi amiga la chicana Jenny Selby. Es a lo mejor más mayor que nosotros, de otra generación, si me entiendes. And so,
yeah,
I know. That enough said with that. You know what I mean?
I will check her on that, and this is why. Look, and it's a good way of check if you want to call it that. Because look, us as Mexicanos, Chicanos, we need to have more backbone, man. And look, this is what I mean. Because we protect the N-word, right, from being used, right? Like there's a big controversy on that. Like the N-word, you can't say it, you should say it, no, you can't because, okay. So us as raza, we're quick to protect another race from getting offended with certain words. But we don't protect our own gente, right? So why would we make it okay or a joke to be called or to call somebody a wetback? Me personally, I think that's fucked up. just like the word paisa, when the word paisa gets thrown around, the word paisa is never in a good, is never used as a good description for a certain kind of people. So I think we need to have more backbone, man, and I think we need to check our own gente about that, about not using those derogatory words towards our gente the same way that we would have used them towards other gente.
100%. I'm with you right there. Risky Business coming back with the opposite opinion, saying, hey, whoa, no slip-ups of the tongue happening over here.
Yeah, I think that's important, man.
It could have been a slip. It could have been a slip, cabron.
Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, I just had to call back and put that out there.
Hey, and you got me on the headset. You probably got me on auto dial, huh, cabron? All you got to do is tap the ear and...
Hey, look. I get paid to travel the country. I get paid to watch podcasts. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what? Real quick, Risky, but now that I got you on the line again, if you were to see two YouTubers throw chingazos, any two YouTubers, the first two that come to your mind, who would you want to see inside the ring throw chingazos? And settle the beef and settle it.
Oh man, I'm trying to get in there with Tony A.
I'm trying to get in. I told you, give me two names, cabrón.
Yeah, Risky Business and Tony A.
Oh, shit. I'm not even knowing right there, but Tony A, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to L.A. I just came through Chicano headquarters, man. What do you got against Tony A?
Well, listen, man. He called me out my name on Norby's podcast, right? And he said, hey, we'll call in. Well, I've been trying to call in, but I haven't gotten through to actually call him out, either to apologize or to run that fade. But I'll get in that ring with him real quick, man. That's nothing. That's light work.
You're not just gonna gloss over that and then hang up on me right now. You still didn't even answer my question. I said, where did this come from?
What do you mean? Where does it come from? From him calling me out my name?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Calling out my name. Oh, so you commented or something.
Yeah,
give me you're not giving me the whole backstory. You're not giving me the whole backstory. Now you turn it into Cheesemet Tube. So if you're gonna turn it into Cheesemet Tube, then give the whole fucking flan. Don't give a piece of the flan. Give the whole flan.
Yeah. Norby's had a live right on the podcast that he has, and I called in to chime in. And then Tony decided to call in after that and check Norby and tell him, hey, why are you letting these vatos be too long on your phone? These cocksuckers, he said, right? So I was one of the ones that called. So as a man, you're calling me out my name. So now I'm calling you out for a fade. You're easy. Accept it or decline it. That's it.
Okay, now you gave me the whole backstory right there.
And I personally would like to go down on Chicano too. I will personally drive up there to wherever it is, whatever city, and we could do that.
I'm going to get the other line right there. Hey, I appreciate you. I know you got me on speed dial, cabrón. Probably not going to be the last time you call in, way.
No, that's it. Yes, sir.
Ándale, pues, talk to you.
Bye.
The after party with Fum 209 is in the casa. That's right, my boy. Risky Business called back. He said, first of all, he said, hey, that was a slip of the tongue. Maybe it was a slip of the tongue or algo así. But I just like I told him, it's a different generation with lingo. I'm not saying it's okay, nor am I saying I'm the stereotype warrior that's trying to kill every single stereotype because, man, gente, I just talked about this the other day. Right? There was another podcaster, right? And he was saying, this other podcaster, that he was speaking for the raza, on behalf of the raza, and that he is raza. I'm not going to get into that. But he was saying someone, wears a charro outfit, plays a trumpet, he's walking down the street or whatever, or shoots a music video, and the raza's going to get pissed and the raza's going to get mad or something like that. Well, I beg to differ. I absolutely beg to differ. I actually beg to say that the raza's going to be kicking back, pisteando, listening to Chalino, and we're going to laugh at this cabron, invite him for a pisto, maybe even throw him in the ramp. We're going to take him to TJ like Bob did Richie. We're going to take him to... He's going to black out and wake up in a teepee with a pinche indio, and he's going to give him some snake skin. Straight Trucking says Boxer and anyone. I already told you that. So verbal agreements are already in place in that. The wheel is already rolling. I don't know if I have to say that in every single video. Maybe we will just do something formal. Well, I mean, of course we will. I will, to do my job is after the contracts are signed. But I'd rather hit you with that when I hit you with the poster. Because when you see the poster, it's happening. Again, I'm trying to put on the best fights, man. I'll throw some names out there. I'll throw names out there, but I'm not giving these names in any particular order, nor am I saying with these names that they're matched up with each other or not. I'm just saying I have had conversations with like L. I've had conversations, Cholo Trucker, message DM, whether it's a conversation or DM with Renegade. Obviously, I want a fight that's going to make the people excited. Oh, this shit is happening. Or at least it's two froggy individuals and you're like, my. I wonder who will run that, who will win this one, because you got two roosters that we're just going to, throw at each other. So it got to be a fun fight. It's just not going to be anyone matched up. And ain't no filler fights. But anyway, let's go ahead and keep it pushing, man. Ryan Gaynor, I wanted to get to this part of it because I'm actually going to put it up. I'm going to take the chat down now. I'm going to put the video up. I want to react to this in real time. I'm going to take the chat down. Gente, por favor, just give me a second. I'm not going to see the chat, but I feel like this is important. I want to react to this video and see it in real time. And I'm going to let it play all the way through. I don't like to do my reactions and chop it every 10 seconds, 15, 30 seconds. I'm going to let it play all the way through. Again, this hits a little bit different. First off, if you're a parent to a special need child. If you're a parent to a special need child, is a little bit different. This is just for conversation's sake. Let's also education's sake, so we can make bring some awareness to this. I actually think I saw this also on IG and Raider Tommy. I want to say Raider Tommy era uno de los primeros cabrones that, well, all due respect, he knows what I mean. Es Chicano el way. Cabrones that posted something about this, and then it came up on my feed right away. Let me put the video on graphic. It's graphic, gente. But don't worry, these when I do something like this, for sure I'm not even gonna try to monetize the pinche video. Gente, I'm here for you guys. I'm here for the raza, the people. Hopefully we'll get to other things that I wanted to talk about, even the presidential race that's said, but I don't know. This is important. We're gonna talk about 15-year-old Ryan Gaynor. And let me go ahead and pull up the video. I'm gonna let it play all the way through again. I told you I like to do it this way. I don't know what they do. I know what I do. I like to do it this way, and then we'll react in the end. Okay? Your discretion is advised. And we're just going to do it like in real time, so however it happens, it happens. Here we go.
Stand by. Cue.
How does she know? Will she take me for a ride? Do you believe we can find the answer?
LG Cinebeam. Cue.
The deadly hit-and-run driver is suspected of being under the influence. Police say he took off, leading them on a short pursuit.
But they did catch up to him and arrested him. They say he has 4 prior convictions for DUI. Orange County reporter David Gonzalez is live at the scene with the very latest. David?
The road where that fatal hit and run took place just reopened a few minutes ago, about 15 minutes ago. But talking with police here on the scene and even the Orange County District Attorney, they tell us that this type of crash could have been 100% preventable. A repeat DUI offender is under arrest once again for allegedly getting behind the wheel of a car while intoxicated. This time, the city of Orange police say his decision cost someone their life.
His name is Ryan
Authorities
Gaynor,
are investigating a
I'm sorry about
deadly
that, guys.
crash
Sorry.
near Tustin Street and Palm Avenue. Lieutenant Phil McMullen says just after
gardening tool.
Body cam video and a 911 call reveal what led up to that shooting. Inland Empire Bureau Chief Ron McMillan.
I owe
has
you
the
for
story.
that, all right? I'm going to make up for that. Don't worry about
Where's he
that.
at?
I owe
Body
you for
camera
that.
video
Cabrones.
showing the
Calmados,
moment a
calmados.
15-year-old boy.
I owe you for that. I'll make up for that. All right, now we got the right video. I'm sorry, cabrones. I'm sorry. Here we go. Let's let it play through.
His name is Ryan Gaynor, 15 years old. He was shot and killed as he came at a San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy with what investigators say was a gardening tool.
Body cam video and a 911 call reveal what led up to that shooting. Inland Empire Bureau Chief Rob McMillan has the story.
Where's he at?
Body camera video showing the moment a 15-year-old boy comes charging at a San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy holding what authorities say is a gardening tool. The video stopping right as the deputy opens fire. That 15-year-old, identified as Ryan Gaynor, is dead.
Ryan is a 15-year-old with autism. Sometimes in order to release stress or if he's a little too worked up, he'll go on a run.
Attorney DeWitt Lacey says that's exactly what happened on Saturday afternoon.
When he came back, there was a dispute that arose because he wanted to play video games and he needed to do his chores. And he started acting out.
That's when Gaynor's sister called 911, saying Gaynor had already attacked his other sister.
So that's your brother, and he's assaulting your sister?
Yes.
Okay.
Now he's banging on door.
Then about 30 seconds later,
He done broke the door. He's breaking the window.
Okay, so has he broke the window?
Nah, he broke it. Becca, watch in your room. Watch in your room, Becca. Watch in your room.
nowhere on the 911 call did we hear family members saying anything to the dispatcher about Ryan's mental state. But one neighbor who spoke with us off camera said deputies had been to the home before.
Here lately, he'd been struggling a little bit with some things, but he was basically a good kid.
Still, even after watching the video, he doesn't think the deputy should have fired.
You know, I could see if it was a knife or a gun or something, but it seemed excessive to me.
But another neighbor said despite the tragic outcome, he thinks the deputy acted appropriately.
When an officer is attacked with any kind of weapon, especially in that circumstance, seeing that video, I don't know how much of a choice he had not to do what he did.
The San Bernardino County Sheriff releasing a statement that read, in part, quote, "Our social safety net for those experiencing mental illness needs to be strengthened. Our deputies handle seemingly insurmountable calls daily. Rapidly evolving violent encounters are some of the most difficult, requiring split-second decisions. While these decisions are lawful, they are awful in terms of our humanity. I feel for both Ryan's family and my deputies who will struggle with this for their entire lives." In Apple Valley, Rob McMillan.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel. And download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.
Hey, Cover Girls. Cover Girls need...
All right. Obviously, that was very graphic, and I wanted to warn the people. That way, if you wanted to still tap in, you can still tap in. But again, it's a little bit different. I'm gonna put the phone number up on this. Oh, there it is. I'll put the phone right there. All right. Dame un segundito, man. Okay. So yeah, that was very graphic. So, man, again, it looks like he was just triggered. Again, unless you have a special needs child, you'll never know what this means. You know, some people call it getting triggered. You can also call it having a meltdown. It's just something that, as a parent, you know, and you try to avoid those as much as you can. But he looks like he had a trigger. He said something about video games, and whatever he said about video games, he did not like about doing chores. That's a trigger. Okay, so he's triggered. But how far, did he go? So I guess he ended up, what do you say? He ended up, ya pegó una hermana. So again, this could be just, I don't know how much case history they have on file, but this could be lo que siempre pasaba. Who knows? I don't know how many times. Si no era la primera vez que pegó una hermana, or maybe it was multiple times. Again, people are very sensitive to the situation. They understand that this is a special needs child. So then the deputy pulls up. He doesn't know what he's walking into, maybe. I mean, is he supposed to have some kind of, case history of every house and what's transpired or what's gone on, or is he just going to react like a regular sheriff or deputy who gets called out for whatever the situation is? He got called there. So he shows up. I hear the dad say a couple words in the back like, hey, something. And then he's running out. And en su mano se parece como like a garden tool or like a hoe. Like a hoe. No empiecen a reír, cabrones. And I'm a home, I'm a home. Man, that was an old school one. Was that Sugar Hill Gang? So that's how old I am. Anyways,
unknown caller.
It looks like he was running straight at him. There was a lot of back steps. That the deputy did before he turned a weapon. Did you notice that or not?
Call from
science teacher.
Did you know that or not?
To
Because
accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
there was a lot of steps before he even turned a weapon and pointed it at the special needs kid. Science teacher, you're in the casa. Talk to me.
¿Qué pasa, Mikey? ¿Cómo estamos?
Oh, aquí estamos. We're on Chicano Street. It's the best street to be on, cabrón. We're talking about something substantial. In the beginning, cotorreamos poquito, but now a little bit more substantial.
No, Toto, I've been watching the show. I'm actually a subscriber. No, I've never really comment. You know, it's not really my style, pero no, I've been watching the show since the beginning. Respeto a ti, a tu show y al tema. So, you know, I mean, I am actually a local teacher here from the community.
That's right. Aquí entonces en Salinas.
Pues soy de Salinas, brother, but I actually teach in the nearby towns.
Oh,
I'm actually a full-time science teacher.
That's right, man. Yeah, I had someone come from Cholo Trucker came the other week for the pelea, and he was like, man, there's so much culture, there's so many murals. He said almost all the bridges are painted.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you can hear the background. I'm inside an aquaponics chamber, so there's like water running. So
no te preocupes. I can hear you loud and clear. What do you think about? Do you have any input on the Ryan Gaynor case? What do you think about the way the deputy approached it?
As a matter of fact, I do, because when I was, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not heard about the news until you mentioned it. Con todo respeto al muchacho que falleció.
And what you heard? What do you think about as far as what you heard? I said on the video.
Well, I was thinking about it, Mikey, and the way I look at it, you got to look at it from any situation. Any situation. Police officer gets called, and they see somebody attacking him with a weapon. Put yourself in the position of the police officer. I mean, I don't have no family members for police officers, but what if your family member was a police officer and someone's attacking him with a weapon? It looked like a long weapon, and it looked like the officer had a couple seconds to react. And it looked like we know how it is in Salinas. Someone comes after you like that, most of the people they have a few seconds to react, and you don't have time to call for backup to call 911, or anything like that. It's either a run or flight situation, and police officers, they're trained not to run. They're trained to defend. So I think in this situation, aunque ya tenga priors que le haga pegado a su hermano or wherever he hit, those priors or those previous phone calls to the police don't they don't play into position. If we could play like football, it's not a play that you could call in that instance. Pull out the file, pull out the records. Who was the previous officers in contact. That's something you can do. It's a blitz, and you got to react. And in my opinion, the old saying, if in this case, the kid was not playing stupid games. Maybe he was having mental issues. But if you have mental issues, or you play stupid games, whether it's a good reason or an unfortunate reason, if you play those plays against a police officer, me as a citizen, as a taxpayer, I expect the officer to do his job. And let me explain this why, because I mentioned my job, right? I'm a teacher. I work
right.
with kids.
Yes.
And we have school resource officers. They're police officers that they're full-time, work at the campus protecting their children.
SROs, yes.
Now, SROs. So let's say, God forbid, this is one of my worst nightmares. And I don't really think about it, pero como te digo, it's uno nunca sabe, but God forbid que un chavalillo get out of high school, middle school, elementary is a whole different story. But I think middle school, they're pretty big también. So a middle school or high school kid, God forbid, attacks an officer, knocks him out, takes his weapon. What are the chances that kid is going to use it against another kid? Right. So does the officer have the right to defend himself, and so to protect other children? So they have to make, or other people, other citizens. So it's more extreme in the school, of course, because it's filled with kids. Out in public, you're surrounded by either whoever's around you, whether it's the public or your family, or both. So, in my opinion, I went on a rant. I apologize, but I think the officer did the right thing.
Man, the science teacher is bringing something back that should be trending all the time, which is called common sense. Common sense needs to come back and be the new trend, because I understand it's a tragedy for everyone involved. It's a tragedy for the family. It's a tragedy for the deputy. They have to live with that the rest of their lives. It's a tragedy all the way around. It's not a good situation all the way around. But I put myself also in the people's shoes of that respond just like the deputy did. But hey, we got the science teacher from the 831, I think from the 93905, the Alisal district también, cabrón.
Sí, from Alisal district. I went to Alisal High School. Graduated from Montoro.
You know what? They bust a lot of us, cabrón, like over to the west side. If you lived over there by like East Market and Madera, like just coming over the bridge.
Siempre vivido around the Lower Heights area, but no te miento.
Okay, yeah. When you come into like a little bit inside east, they used to bust us over there. So we went to like Washington Middle School, and I went to Salinas High School. That's where they bust us at. But hey, tap in more frequently, cabrón.
Hey, can I get a chance to throw one last comment?
Throw it.
Con permiso. Lo que te voy a decir, carnal, es también ya ves, los teachers, we try to do, some things for just like everybody else, and try to pitch in here and there for the community, whatever we can.
Yes, absolutely.
If anybody's interested in fighting for a good cause, so Coach Robert is the one that introduced me to your channel, man.
Shout out to Coach Robert.
Man, OG Coach Robert. That guy is a hero, man. That guy is a true hero, carnal. He's done so much for the community, and he's a big chapter in my life. And I think he not only helps win titles inside the ring, but he also helps the raza win titles outside the ring. And I'm leaving proof. I won a title because he was my coach outside the ring and inside the ring también. So shout out to Robert, man. I hope it's...
Man, I appreciate you, science teacher. Gracias.
No, pero my comment.
Before you go on, let me say this. What you just mentioned about Coach Robert. Coach Robert is a staple of the community. What science teacher just said, that he's doing the good. He's helped so many people and changed so many lives for the better, including the youth and todos around him. So go ahead.
Hey, no, sí, cierto. Y gratis, too, man. De veras, man, de su corazón.
Corazón. Go ahead, give that comment, cabrón.
Yeah, my comment is, if you want to do something, a good cause for the youngsters from a needed town that needs the help. Look, man, I'm a science teacher. I'm también. I grew up in the same situations. I might not have had it as other people might have it. When it comes to their past experience. But what I'm saying is, we're here right now as men. And as a man, I'm willing to throw it down in the ring, willing to lace them up, put my gloves on, straight like a gentleman, straight to the rules of boxing. If anybody wants to match me, you know what I mean? And all my money, not yours, you keep yours, but all mine will go directly to an after-school activity for where I work with in La Escuelita.
That's right.
And so if anybody's willing to throw down for a good cause, I'm willing to fill one of those dates, not as a fill-in spot, but as a true cause for the children, carnal. ¿Me entiendes? Y con todo respeto, muchas gracias por tu tiempo.
En eso quedamos. Ándale pues, science teacher. Cuídate.
Adiós.
Bye. Science teacher, froggy, ¿verdad? Así son los vatos de Salinas, man. They want to throw the fade, but for a good cause. Don't forget that he said for a good cause. That was a great conversation. We're going to keep it pushing at there. I wanted to talk about, man, there's a lot to talk about, but the Ryan Gaynor case, science teacher just laid it down right now and said, let's bring common sense back into this. The deputy that did approach, it's a bad situation regardless. Again, you're talking to a parent of a special needs child. If I come from a place, believe I come from a place of experience, at least where you can relate to the situation. It's bad. Very bad. You have a family who's doing a funeral for a 15-year-old child. It's a bad situation. Let's go ahead and let me acknowledge some comments, man. My bad. Freddie Flores in the casa. Wow, so disrespectful. That's after party food from early. That's so I have no respect. That's right. It's better than that. Yeah, you got to have some respect. If not, we just throw chingazos. You know what? The chingazos don't have to settle the beef, but at least it puts back what was taken out, which was respect. At least we walk away with that. And, of course, under my banner, under my promotion, ain't going to be no woo-wop, no riff-raff shit going on. No. Don't even, you ain't pulling up with the fellas. You ain't pulling up 40 deep to no jumper. Because I put it on the caption, let me talk about Compa Raider. I'm almost going to forget to talk about Compa Raider. Why is Compa Raider now trending in Chicano genre channels? Because, man, Compa Raider took a seat at no jumper. Let's just keep this real. Let's keep this in perspective. Compa Raider was on everyone's team. Everyone cool with Compa Raider. Everyone, que es de aquellas, everyone, I don't know these behind the scenes text, DMs, conversations. I'm only assuming. But they had him on the channel. They had Compa Raider right there laughing with them. But all of a sudden, when Compa Raider takes a level up in his stock, when Compa Raider wants to raise his Wall Street stock, which puts food on his table and puts food on his family's plates, then it becomes a problem. Mira. Let's talk about that for a second. Because I'll tell you what, not too many street dudes, not too many street guys get opportunities in life. And you'll be lying through your teeth if your goal is to raise your stock on the internet. You're lying through your teeth telling me you're not going to sit down with Adam 22 if he invites you and says, have a seat. Because you might hate this. I'm going to say it. You might hate this, but he's got the mesa in California. It just is what it is. Let's just call it what it is. So anyways, okay, that's one thing. He's got the haters. He ended up flaking on one podcast. Not gonna say the name. I ain't gonna say the names no more of these cabrones. It is what it is. That way they don't say, oh, he's knocking this person, he's knocking that person. If you don't understand, it's better for you not to understand anyways. But there was another podcast Compa Raider was supposed to be on. What happened? No call, no show. I'm not going to say whose podcast it is, but you can go back and go through the Chicano channels and name it. But then there was another podcast that said this. This is, and shout out to you guys, because, you know, I'm not watching YouTube all damn day, right? I get the clips. You guys hit me on the gram. Gracias for hitting me on the gram. If you want to connect on the gram, go ahead and shoot it on the gram. He shot me this clip, and I was like, whoa, this podcaster just done completely crashed out on YouTube now. Completely. Like, this is what it's come down to. And again, you do what you do on your channel, but let me explain it then. Anyways. So this podcaster said that he had a plan with Compa Raider. This podcaster said his plan with Compa Raider was for him to go over there, and then once he's taken a seat, an official seat over there, start a beef with this podcaster, and then Compa Raider was going to come back on this podcaster's channel, all for your numbers. All we care about is clout. I'm doing this for numbers. It's my fix. Could you believe that? I saw the clip. I'm not going to say the podcast. I'm not saying names no more. We get into some Cheeseman Tube here. But these are the people, the self-proclaimed people say, follow me. And then the next time they'll go on a rant on a live that sounds like, shit, this is the last guy I want to follow. And you don't got to come off that way. I mean, you don't got to be that way. You don't have to have a positive or negative channel. You don't have to have any kind of pinchy channel. I can give a shit. I can care less. But when I get, when I want to step in is when you're making a bad example over for the youngsters. That they watch those videos all the time, and here they come hitting me and want to know what's going on. But anyway, let's go back to Compa Raider. Until Compa Raider wanted to distance himself from certain podcasts because he's level. See, when you level up, you ain't going to go back down. You in a certain level now. There hay niveles en la vida. There's a certain level, if you can make it high enough, where you're going to be like, you know what? I'm doing the most good now, and I got to just rise above and not go back to these little podcasts that are just like the beef starting podcast. Pura carne molida. That's all you get for some of these channels. Carne molida, y carne molida. I got beef with this guy, I got beef with that. I don't know. But when he was down, I don't want to mention him. See, that might come from, si eres de Mexico, you understand. Mexico, not too long ago, we were a third world country. I say we because that's the motherland. A third world country. And when everyone's at the same economic status, man, you hate to see someone rise above. Just like in the history of Mexico, there was haciendas and there was the owners of the haciendas, and then there was a laborer / poverty level. There was never no middle class. That's going to be part of the mentality that if we see someone rise above us, bring them back down like crabs. I say, why hate him? Now, the comments are wild, so I don't know about the comments. Oh, he done turned on the people. He sold out. He did this. I don't know what he did. Well, you comment what you think he did. I'm just giving you exactly how I see it. Ain't no one had a problem with them until he flaked on their podcast and then didn't involve himself in a fake beef that was going to do numbers. That's what the clip said. It was going to do numbers. So when something like that gets, when you find out a podcaster is there for numbers and to stage these things like Adam 22, come on, let's keep it real. That Gabacho, he's used to viral moments. He wants to put viral moments in La Jeringa every week and fix it. When you taste viral moments, maybe that's how it is. The Gabacho's used to viral moments. Anyone that takes a cito at that Gabacho's table, their stock immediately goes up. Compa Raider now is going to get tens of thousands of followers, subscribers, and viewers, and it's only going to go higher as he partakes in No Jumper. What do the people think about that? The people care, the people don't. Compa Raider always wears the Frisco hats. You know why he wears the Frisco hats? Because the SF, he says, it stands for him, it's Sanfer. Hey, it's all good. Put that Frisco hat on, cabron. It's all to the good. Freddie Flores. Some podcasters allow themselves to wreck all for temporary gain. I'm not knocking it because at the end of the day, Freddie Flores, we are kind of on here for entertainment. It's entertainment. It's YouTube. I don't know how much this shit really translates in real life. Unless you're one of those podcasters that every single video you got to go after someone, name someone, name a group, let's just leave it at that, a group segment. If you have to name things like that on every video for the views, you probably don't want to go out in public too much. That was crazy, man. That's crazy. When you admit that, like you admit that to your public, you just admit it and they're like, yeah. So this was the plan. He was going to go over there, then he was going to call me and we're going to stage a beef. And then he was going to come on and it was going to do a video and it was going to do good numbers. That's verbatim. That's crazy. I'm going to move on. This whole thing is not palomita, popcorn, chisme too, but the podcast is I said, that's really what we come to. Crashed completely on the internet for clout. I seen, man, how is it already 8 o'clock? Chingado gnarly vato. I will sit down with anyone. I ain't scared. That's right. Corco Door Security, I appreciate you. Salinero Mike. Orale pues, 831. I appreciate you, my boy. Gracias. Corco's in the casa, man. He got poste at the puerta. That means everyone that's in the comment section should be here. It's all raza, man. We're having a blast. Live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. I don't know how it got past 8 o'clock, man. Let me read some of these comments. I guess we're not going to get to everything else I wanted to talk about, but you know what I do. If it's trending, I'll roll it over to Friday night. What do I got, man? Chingado, man. I got tengo citas como cada noche. I'm going to go over to the camp. No, the juvenile hall this Friday night. That's at 7:15 because they're having like Hartnell graduations. So 7:15, be over there. I got soccer. No, if you guys didn't know, I'm a soccer dad, man. That's one of my favorite moments right there. I came from an open house today. I was at the Washington Middle School open house. Shout out to all the Broncos. Broncos country is how we ride, cabrones. I'm going to go ahead and just start wrapping this up, man. I appreciate you guys. Oh, but right when I said that, because we always got something to talk
Chicano.
about. That's right. Caller, you're live on Chicano Street. What you got to say?
What's up, my brother? It's me, Rockin' Chicano, homie.
Hey, I appreciate you for calling in, cabrón. What did I mention? O qué pasión? ¿Qué quieres decir?
Thank you for your YouTube, homie. It's you throw a lot of information and everything, homie. But I don't know, bro. I think our raza is heading to another direction, and I wish and I hope that we're able to gather everything together to really make a difference, homie. You know, I'm rocking Chicano, homies. I have a podcast too through Facebook and all that, and I have a total of 100,000 followers through all my social media, and I have a brand. I started through the 50C3s and all that, homies, you know, and I'm very, very thankful that God has opened me up big doors, you know, up north. Oh, the people from up north, they're amazing, bro, you know, and saludos to everybody from Salas, San Jose, San Francisco, and all the people up there, homies. They treated me with love and respect.
Oh, that's right.
But,
hey, shout out de donde eres, cabrón.
Yeah, I'm from down south LA, homie.
Órale,
I do
okay.
nothing but cars. I do car shows, bro. That's what I do. I do big car shows and hook up with all the promoters and Paula's magazines, everybody that with Original Lowrider, and we go all over. We travel, bro. I got a brand, and I established 297 sarapes. I'm the founder of the sarape jacket and all that, you know. But I think to me, bro, it's broadcasters and leaders like us that we have to set example for our next raza coming up, you know. And it hurts me to see all the negativity and all the cheeseman and all that. And sometimes I lay back and I'm like, oh man, you know, does our people really have to look that bad through social media, you know? While these people really make a come up and make all these movidas and got BET and all these shows and everything, and they're all coming up, you know? You mentioned a statement saying that you wouldn't go to Jumper 22. I wouldn't, bro, because I know it's a trap, you know? I built an establishment pretty good, you know? I had a skid row when I got out, and people like that would only drag us down and have us as clowns, you know what I mean? And make us look like a monkey, you know, a circus monkey. And it's sad to see all this negativity. It's sad to see all this raza just going at it. And a lot of times I just sit down and think, is like, who really raised them? Was it the streets or the mom that they had those mañas? They have to chismeolar and go out there and just throw the whole enchilada out there and stir things up. I like your tactic, bro. I love it because it's like let's go take it to the ring. Shut up, put up, and vámonos. You know, and I love that. And I hope and pray that one day all of us could get together and just make a difference, bro, and really grow and get out of this mentality of war and nonsense and chisme here and there, you know. And I've met a lot of podcasters, bro, and I shake their hands and I love it, homie, you know. But we're missing leaders. We're missing teachers like that vato that just called. We're missing foremen that know constructions, trades, and all that, so we could all grow. Put a two in front of an individual so we could grow teaching, whatever the case might be, homie. But it's just, I just called, homie, just to thank you for everything that you do, homie. But at the same time, I got to get it together, bro, you know? And it's up to us as leaders to really make a difference, bro, you know? And that's what I do. I'm a community leader. I did 15 years in the joint, in and out, and I just gave it up, bro. And I never PC'd up, bro. I never ratted. I never did any of that, dog. I went when I went in, I went all the way. And I'm old school. You got something to say, call me up, Kyle, let's go take care of it. That's it. You know? But I think it's up to us, me, you, and the rest of the podcasters that are really out there just to start making a difference and leading by example, you know?
That's right.
And
Chicanos
to hell with all this too. To hell with all these this battle of all these people, and you know, it's sad, homie. You know, that I sometimes I wish that these people could see the good old days. You know what I mean? Run up or shut up, and that's it, and ya estufas. You know, but one of the podcasters said, YouTube is the new streets, you know? But also, we can't confuse the real streets with La La Land, you know? But if we could set examples, and we could make a difference in people's lives, then we'll make a good difference, homie. You know, we could help out gente. But that's it. That's my input, homie. Thank you so much for...
Hey, gracias, carnal, for tapping in. Hey, send me your IG or send me a link through IG.
Yeah, dog. Watch out, big dog. I got a link, Rockin' Chicano with Dr. G, Rockin' Chicano. But contact me. I send you the number here, and I'll sponsor you, homes. I'll throw some ropa for you out there, dog. We just hooked up with Cow Top. I got a Cow Top deal now, so I merged with them. So same kind of clothing like FB County. And I'm their advisor. We're shipping stuff out from China now, and we're making some stuff out here in the United States también. So I'm part of Cal Top now. So big contract, big deals, homie, you know, and hopefully when I get up there to San Jose, I'll see you up there, bro, you know?
Ándale, en eso quedamos. I was also going to say that phone number there is something you could text me. You could text me anything ahí, cabrón. I appreciate you for tapping in, Rockin' Chicano.
Thank you so much, Holmes, and have a blessed night, Holmes. And for the rest of the raza, hey, to the top, homitos, let's do this.
Igualmente. That's right. Rockin' Chicanos in the casa, man. Send me that link, cabrón, so we could tap in on that. And I agree. If I had that magic wand, hey, you know, we make up 40% of califas, cabrón. When the raza, and I'm talking Mexicanos, Chicanos, Mexicanos, Americanos, however you want to call it, right? The gente, brown people, however you want to call it, right? Can unite. We have that. And actually, this is not we're actually not on the cusp of no doom and gloom shit. Nor do I preach no doom and gloom shit here, because we actually got a really good presidential race coming up in November, cabrón. And I'm trying to tell the raza, think with your wallets, think with the economy, which I think the economy is the number one topic. Gente, I'm not trying to make this an hour-and-a-half podcast, but let me just talk about this, and I guess aquí acabamos. Gracias to everyone that tapped in. The presidential race is already set. It's going to be the rematch. ¿Cuánta confianza tengo because of what happened en la última corrida con estos dos güeyes? It dwindles a little bit, but that doesn't mean I don't tell the raza que don't go out there and express their opinion by who they're going to put on the ballot. See, this is an old movement. This is not a new movement, okay? Cesar Chavez. These are movements that have been coming out, birthed out of plight, birthed out of strife, birthed out of struggle, birthed out of turmoil. The raza has risen up and united together. So we're already showing very much progress toward this November by uniting and doing what Califas did. If you know, you know. I don't got to, Boy Aguilar says, si se puede con Trump. I'm just saying. But again, politics, I know it ruffles some people's feathers. And to be honest with you, it is a buzz killer. I mean, what you going to do? I'm going to walk in the party and start talking about politics? No. But if I'm going to talk about what's going to help the people and what's going to hurt the people, then what's evident is evident. Period. Do you want every day for the next 4 years, and I'm going to end it probably real soon, gente. I'm not going to, I said less politic on the caption, but I think I'm going to make it 2 minutes of politics. Do you want for the next 4 years the headlines on the news to be inflation and unemployment? Or do you want for the next 4 years, some people get, their feelings involved in this, but take your feelings out of it. Or do you want for the next 4 years the headlines to be Wall Street stocks breaking records, economy breaking records, unemployment breaking record low? That's it. Snoop Dogg had a little turnaround lately, and it is what it is. I think the raza has more backbone now and ain't going to follow the sheep no more. And we ain't going to stay quiet no more neither. And the people that ain't living in the neighborhood, they have no say. They can't relate to us. For these are issues that affect the community. Shout out to Hood Stocks. I always said that Hood Stocks is like a podcast that you do right there in the hood. Hood Stocks is like live from the neighborhood. You know what I mean? They got OGs, double and triple OGs that pull up right there. That's how I see Hood Stocks, man. But that last guy they had on Hood Stocks, that judge a book by the cover message was right on. You never judge a book. This might be a new school shit, right? The way you look is the way you are. But in the old school, or at least if you had some kind of, clecha, you don't judge a book by the cover. He said Poindexter. That shows how old he is, though. He said the Poindexter is could be way more crazier, and the other dude drops the pedazo and runs away and didn't even go to the guerra, man. That's crazy, man. We're going to end it right now, you guys. We got to end it right now. Coming up on 8:20, you guys. Gracias, man. I'm going to see you guys on Friday night. I'm going to be a soccer dad the rest of the week with my beautiful wife. We just got back at una boda. We happened to hit Mexico. You know what? If you call yourself a Chicano, you had to have hit Mexico. You had to have hit Chicano Park. And you had to have hit L.A., like the heart and the soul. We're right through it. We stayed in the heart and in the soul. And, man, we could talk about that. The whole trip is just one video, man. But I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to tap back in with the familia. Gracias, you guys, for tuning in one more time. Live on Chicano Tube. Live on Chicano Street. You already know what it is. We talked about a lot of things. Let me give the wrap-up right now because that Ryan Gaynor case really just me pegó a mi corazón. Being a parent of a special needs child, that hits different. What do you think the deputy? Was he in the right? He was in the wrong. He came at him, that kid Ryan Gaynor, knowing the situation or maybe unknowing the situation, came at him with the gardening tool, and he took about 10, 15 steps before he had to turn around with an arm. And that's a bad situation, a tragedy. I want to know the people's opinion. What do you think about that? Comment below. If you're listening live or you're listening on the replay. We talked about that. We lightweight also retouched Ryan Garcia. The tweets are crazy. I don't know if there's instability or a smear campaign. Because some of the things he said when they said he was whacked out acting crazy are true. I believe to be true. Some of those things. When it comes to kids and other things, I'll just leave it at that. I didn't mention something else that someone sent me. React to Little Grifo, whose house getting shot up 4, 6, 8, 10 times. It's unfortunate, but it's part of the game. It's part of the game. I mean, record that and put it on the internet. That's new school shit, I think. I don't know what that's going to get you. Put it on the internet so the whole world knows that my ops got at me. but it's part of the game. Is that it? Hay niveles. It can get worse. They pueden secuestrar tu familia. Talk to me when that happens. Or surround it and no one's getting out. And it turns into that kind of situation. So it's part of the game. It's what you signed up for. That's what we rap about. If that's what you rap about, hey, you're bringing it in the world. I'm just keeping it real. Like, is there supposed to be some kind of sympathy card? I'm not wishing any harm on anybody, but when someone gets 10 holes through the front door and they're about that life, I use my quotation marks here with my hands if you can't see on the podcast, then what's the news really? Because there ain't none. All right, you guys, I'm going to end it right now, man. I appreciate you guys. Live on Chicano Tube, man. I highly appreciate all the likes. Don't forget to hit that like. The biggest thing you could do on the channel, gente, is hit the like. It helps the algorithm a lot. It helps a lot. It lets YouTube know, push this channel to the top. Recommend this channel to more people because I vibe with it. I dig with it. Whether it's the Chicano topics, whether it's the cultural aspect, or whether it's what I said, being a first-generation Mexican-American Chicano, how I feel I got to what I have to do to make my parents proud and not roll over in their graves and continue the culture. This is what we do here. Or maybe some of you are just vibing because you want to know who's the next fight, Mike. I talked to a couple people this week who would like to see Cholo Trucker get back in the ring. Just saying. A couple other names here and there. I don't know. But let's leave it to the people. Let's let them comment below, you guys. I'm going to wrap this video up. Gracias for tuning in. Live on Chicano Tube and on Chicano Street. This is what we do. I don't know what they do, but this is what we do. And remember what I always say, gente, as we wrap this up. Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.